Hello NormanCamera friends, my name is Christian Bolt and today we're talking about the 6D Mark II. So Canon wanted me to make a video about their 6D Mark II, one of their better, higher graded professional cameras that has its own place in the camera world. Now there's a lot of technical things that I could talk to you about, like the differences between the 80D and the 6D, or the 6D and the 5D, so on and so forth. I could talk to you for 20 or more minutes just on the differences between one of those two cameras. But what I really want to get across in this video is why the 6D Mark II is a great choice for anybody. Let me tell you. This camera got a really bad rap when it was first released a couple years ago. I mean, in 2017, it barely even got a word said about it because it was in this strange position of being a camera that was released in a time where 4K was becoming a very regular thing being released with cameras. It was almost becoming a standard. But then Canon released the 6D Mark II without 4K, and then they proceeded to release multiple other cameras without 4K. The 4K that Canon does have, I don't really consider that imaging thing because it's not very, like on this 5D Mark IV, the imaging 4K, I don't really consider that great 4K. Sure, it can be used, but it's not super usable, so I'm not considering that. Canon really hasn't come out with anything in their standard consumer line stuff. It's all in their pro cinema stuff that they do have that 4K, and they have great 4K in that. The 6D Mark II is in this very special position that nobody, at least a very small amount of people actually noticed, realized, and considered. If we're talking about the body size of a 6D, I would put it in between the 80D and the 5D. That's pretty much where it lies. If the 80D is really good with video, has that flip out screen and all that, and the 5D is kind of good with video, it has that full frame sensor but no flip out screen, then the 6D should, and it does, have a full frame sensor and a flip out screen. That's why this camera is in its own little zone. The only full frame camera that has a flip out screen. This camera has been extremely underrated for the entire year of 2017, and coming into the year of 2018, it's still a great choice. And for anybody that's doing YouTube channel work or any type of YouTube type videos, so talking to the camera or filming yourself and making your own videos by yourself, this is one of the better options. Canon has always been really good at their color systems and has always had great autofocus. As you can see, I've been in focus this entire time walking close up to the camera, and it just doesn't fail. This has the dual pixel autofocus, so no matter if I reach my hand up to the camera, which this lens just might not be able to focus that close, and then it'll find focus on me almost immediately. If I wanted to get it to focus on the background, I'll just tap on the background and then I go out of focus. And then if I want focus again, I just kind of do this. It comes back to me. So it really does, it's amazing how easy this is to use, and the autofocus on this camera is just incredible. I can trust it and I don't have to worry about my focus. Everything's gonna work. Battery life is extremely good. I can usually get a day to half a day depending on how much I'm using it. For the most part, all I have to do is carry around 2 batteries and then I'm set for a pretty long period of time. I've been out here for about 3 hours now using the camera for video and photo, and I can tell you that I haven't had it die yet. It is on 1 bar now, but I'm gonna finish this video and I have a second battery with me. So why is full frame such a big deal? Why would you need to upgrade from an 80D to the 6D? Why would I want to spend an extra $600 to $1,000 on a full frame sensor? You're getting the same type of 1080p quality. Well, there is a pretty major difference, especially if you're doing videos of yourself for yourself. You're gonna get a more narrow depth of field, so the background's gonna be a little bit more blurry, so it's gonna focus on you more. The low light performance is gonna be good, so if you're doing travel videos or you just don't have a very well lit scene, that won't matter as much as if you're using an 80D or anything with a crop sensor. Also, you're getting a lot more information pulled away from it, so editing this, they will be bigger files, so you're gonna need a bigger SD card, but the post process is going to be a lot simpler, a lot easier, especially since you're using a Canon camera. But why would you buy this over buying the A7 III? Reason number one, and pretty much the biggest reason to why you should buy this instead of the A7 III or any of those Sony cameras, it has a flip out screen. I was using the Sony a6500 for a couple of my videos and I really enjoyed it, but the biggest problem with that was I could not film myself, and me doing these YouTube videos alone with nobody helping, this is like the only way that I can actually monitor what I'm doing. And the A6500 that I was using, I couldn't do that because the screen would not flip up, and if I wanted to do that, I would have to buy an external accessory to be able to do that, and that would become such a hassle because then I'd have to buy a cage and it would just complicate things. And that's where this Canon camera actually succeeds. It simplifies everything so much that it becomes easier and simpler to make these YouTube videos, and it doesn't have as much hassle behind it, especially with post-processing and especially while filming in general. So it's just kind of like what you prefer. In turn of all the features that you'll get from other cameras, you will get a better experience from this one. There's no question about it. The menu systems are perfect. Canon is really the simplest and most intuitive menu system. If you're getting into cameras or this is going to be your first ever camera, wow, this is a pretty big step into the camera field. Now it's enough to do photo shoots, and it's enough to do any type of product photography or any photography in general. You can get some pretty good landscape photos. It's a good all-around camera. I would recommend it most for people that are doing what I'm using it for right now, because this is what I use this camera for. Really, if you're considering this camera and you were already thinking about it, just know that there are better options for both video and for photo, but a better option for a full frame camera that has dual pixel autofocus and has like the same simplicity and the same ease of use as this one does. No, I'm not saying that any other camera is bad. There are definitely other choices, and I'm not saying pick this one because it's the best. It's just got everything together that it does have together, and it does it pretty well, if not excellent. So thanks for watching this video. I know that I might not have helped you that much with picking out your next camera, but I hope that this gave you a little bit more information on the 6D Mark II and a little bit more of an opinion towards if you should get it. I think that you should get it if you're doing this type of video. That's where it is. That's what this camera is good at. So thanks for watching this video. My name is Christian Bolt and I'm with NormanCamera. You can come in the store and check out this camera. We're very friendly. We can give you professional information on the cameras or any of the cameras in this store, and we can make sure that you get the camera that you need for any project or any profession or any like specific niche that you're trying to hit. So thanks for watching. This was NormanCamera and I am Christian Bolt. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.